Hi everybody. Wasn't sure whether that was working then. So hi everybody. I'll try and speak a bit louder. I know that I tend to be a bit subdued at night, or when Harriet's asleep. So I thought I'd give you an update on this week really. Tuesday it was more teeth out, and it feels like longer than since Tuesday actually, but it's so strange. I'm finding it quite difficult to talk, to drink. I'm eating, I'm managing to eat and drink, but it's just a lot more difficult now that certain other teeth are gone. I've just had ice cream. So the dentistry is going to be 2 or 3 more taken out, I don't know. Most of them at the back are going to be left in, and then we're going to have to decide, or I'm going to have to decide, guided by the dentist, as to what is going to happen in regard to replacement teeth. How soon that will be, I don't know. It depends on the healing and everything. But so far, touch wood, the hyaluronic acid situation hasn't caused any problems. So all seems to be going well, which is more than I can say for my bones. Wednesday, I'd had another fall again during Wednesday night, and it was totally avoidable really, and me with my socks and just going forward on the floor, so it jolted my back, but the amount of pain was just so much. And in the finish on Wednesday, I'm losing track of the days, my son said, let's go to A&E, you've got to go and get seen to, get x-rayed. So we went to one hospital, and they said that they may not have the, only needed an x-ray, they may not have the appropriate doctor there to deal with any possible problems. So they sent us off to another hospital, Heartlands. We were there for 9 hours. In fact, I'd said a couple of times, let's go, because Harriet, I was concerned about. As it happened, my son's partner did go over and stay with her, so she only was left on her own for about 2, maximum of 3 hours. But this is a cat that's never left on her own, and I didn't get her to neglect her. I got her to love and to care for and nurture and all the rest of it. Anyway, it couldn't be helped, could it? And got good family support, so she was okay. And what happened was, yesterday, the day after, we stayed in bed most of the day. We ate, didn't we, Harriet? Mummy got up to do some food, and we ate, and we came back to bed, and we slept without any help at all, no help from medication for me, just slept. I don't know how best to get my head to speak to you, because I don't want to be rude and loll about, but at the same time, my back is so sore. I'm going to have to get a appropriate pillows, I think, to prop me up. Anyway, what happened on Wednesday? 9 hours. And I'm sure some of them there, you know, they were rowdy, they were loud. There was somebody had come in, he was in handcuffs, had obviously been in a fight. And oh my gosh. By the time I went to see the triage nurse, then went and had my pressure taken again. Then eventually got in to see a doctor, and she was lovely. She was so nice. And by that I mean understanding and gentle, and also addressing the problems, and being very straight talking. So she did various examinations, including my back passage, etc., and asking me different questions, and she was more concerned about the numbness in my leg and the pins and needles that I'm experiencing, and the problems again with my hips since this has come on gradually. I told you it sort of went in the middle of my back quite suddenly. A couple of weeks ago, spread to the left, then it seemed to go straight across, right across to the right hand side of my back, and it feels all lumpy. And I mean, I haven't got a lot of flesh anyway, but it seems all lumpy and bumpy, and just leaning against the seat hurts me. So she was very kind, she was very understanding, she listened to me. She sent me for the x-ray, did my bloods, took lots of blood in the different vials, and then sent me for the x-ray and of my spine and my hips. And then by the time we got back to the A&E, nobody knew where she was. I don't know whether she'd been called out to another patient, or we waited for an hour over and above, and then I just couldn't stay any longer. I was in really bad pain by that time, and I said that, you know, at least we've got the x-rays done, at least we've got the bloods done, and presumably they'll go through to my doctor, they'll be on my record, and pick it up from there. I'm going to have to get an appointment with my doctor anyway, because my medication needs reviews. I don't know. I was given a sort of, not a definitive prognosis, but a prognosis based on what was happening with me, what had happened with me, what was happening now, the deterioration in my back, and the amount of pain I'm constantly in, 2 hip replacements, 1 hip revision, and the prognosis, it's hurting me to breathe even. The prognosis is not that great, in that, you know, I wasn't given a death sentence or anything, but I was told that, you know, eventually, like losing control of my bladder because of the pressure of all the collapsed vertebrae, collapsed bones, losing control of my bladder, losing control of my bowels, and the worst case scenario is going to be that I'm going to be bedridden and wheelchair bound. And you get, still gets me, comparing my situation to people who eat themselves into being bedridden, who eat themselves into needing a scooter in the store or a wheelchair, all through gluttony, through something that they can and should control. I know they say eating disorders and it's an illness and everything. These women started their channels as weight loss channels and learned that what brought them the most money in was failure. People wanted to see them fail, or at least they wanted to see them do mukbangs, let's put it that way. And they've been all too happy, and they're obliged just to get the money in. It's disgusting, and it's disgusting that they've been given the opportunity to live lucrative lives, to work, to give back to society, to be role models, if you like, even if they didn't want children of their own. But all they've chosen to do from their late 20s is to eat themselves into near extinction, and to allow themselves to be used by people who think nothing of using them, because if they think so little of themselves, the woman concerned, the obese glutton, if she thinks so little of herself, how can she expect anybody else to have any real respect or love for her? Even on YouTube, the fans look on them as a laughing stock. Others, like me now, just look on them and think, you're wasting something so precious. The best years of your life, really, are gone, because even if you started now to lose, you'd be 50 odd by the time you got all your weight off, if ever you did. Then you've got all that excess skin to, I'm not talking 20, 30, 40, a couple of stone, 3, 4 stone overweight. These women are 250, 300 pound, 400 pound overweight. How do you deal with that? A life that you've been given and you've thrown back in the face of your Creator. Really. I'll be back in a bit.